Everybody, welcome to Geekshow Trailer Club. Is that what we're calling it? Trailer Reaction Club?
I called it Trailer React Club.
All right. Geekshow Trailer React Club. We have now officially dubbed it. That's what it is. From this point forward, Geekshow Trailer React Club. Right here in your ear holes and your eyeballs, we're going to talk about trailers, and we're going to react to them, because that's what the kids like these days, right?
That's right.
Right. Yes.
Whoa, soundboard.
Yeah.
They love it.
They love it. They're absolutely keen on it. I'll tell you another thing the kids are desperate for. Kids have been waiting for a new Indiana Jones movie for decades. They've been thinking to themselves,
desperate for it.
I've been praying every night.
Everybody's been
Indiana
thinking,
Jones 5, please.
His kids have been saying, Grandpa, tell me about that Indiana Jones movie you saw when you were 10. I want to see a fourth sequel to it. Gosh darn it. So anyway, we got a trailer dropped for Indiana Jones and the rotary dial of
the
destiny.
rotary phone of destiny.
I was hoping it would be set in the 90s, because then it would have been the Motorola of madness, a flip phone. Speaking to Indiana Jones from beyond the grave. I'd be like, it's me, Dad, it's Mutt. What happened to me? Where did I go? They'd be like, well, you're irrelevant, kid.
If it was the 90s, he'd actually be as old in that movie as he is in real life. I don't think that would work.
Yeah, I would have loved it if they'd said it in the 80s and he just punched a kid for having a popped-up collar on a polo shirt.
What is that you're doing with your hair?
I didn't fight no Nazis in no WW2. You're just walking around, your collar popped up. There's a horse on your shirt, stupid.
I'm going to go get stoned and fly a little plane.
I hope there's a place to land this somewhere in Wyoming.
At least wear
I'll just set it down right here.
Little alligator on it.
There's a Long Beach, Wyoming, I don't care. I'll land the plane, Callista. So, the exciting thing about this, though, personally for me, is that Steven Spielberg and George Lucas are not involved in any way, shape, or form.
They're
not at all?
They're not writing or directing
Oh,
this
so
movie.
they're producing probably. But.
Probably, yeah. I'm sure they get creator credit.
Yeah.
I'll find out.
I wonder if Tom Selleck's sad that he didn't actually pick up the phone when they offered him the job.
Come on.
Well, what's so funny is I love that Harrison Ford just walks around and is like, I hate Star Wars, but you know what I do love? Being Indiana Jones.
That's right.
I mean, he secretly loves Star Wars. He tells me that every year when he sends
Does
me.
he?
You guys have
Christmas
to get together.
We have a Christmas
Executive
card
produced
exchange.
by Steven Spielberg and George Lucas.
Sure, so they put up the money, and that's cool. But I'm excited because, as Kingdom of the Crystal Skull told us, they were really very too tired and worn out to make a good Indiana Jones movie. Spielberg just had Lincoln on his mind. He's thinking, oh man, if I can make
Spielberg
a biopic.
has the Fablemans on his mind, and then everybody's so confused about why nobody's going to see Fablemans when this generation of people who's going to the theaters are not the people who grew up with Steven Spielberg, so they can't
Right.
truly appreciate the Fablemans. So everyone's
Right.
like, what's happening?
What even is that movie? Is it like a
It's-
biography of himself? Or
Pretty much. It's like
Okay.
Steven Spielberg's autobiography.
I'm watching
Right.
it and thinking, is this a new 8 millimeter? What was the good one? Something millimeter.
16 millimeter, 8 millimeter. Is this the one with the
One with the railway
the ambulance
car
style,
that's
the
full
railway
of the
monsters?
Monster,
Yeah.
Oh, how
that was one of
interesting.
those.
So the guy who directed this movie, James Mangold,
Oh, he's good.
he did Ford v Ferrari, Logan, The Wolverine,
Well,
Yeah.
I'm in then.
Yeah.
Night and Day, 3:10 to Yuma, Walk the Line. Come on,
Yeah.
This
guys.
guy.
Oh,
he
Kate
knows what he's
Leopold.
doing.
Great
Oh,
director.
yeah. Don't
So
forget
what
that
I'm
one.
curious about, I only watched like a split second of this and then turned it off because I wanted to have like a pure reaction to it. Supposedly the face de-aging technology in this is like the pinnacle of the technology. So we're going to watch the trailer. We'll talk about it afterwards and let's see if the face de-aging holds up.
Let's see.
Roll that trailer, Tony.
Okay. I know how to do this. I can do it, I promise.
You are a professional.
I can do it. Doing it.
I miss the desert.
Old.
No,
I
he
miss the
looks-
sea. And I miss waking up every morning, wondering what wonderful adventure the new day will bring to us.
trains.
Light bulbs.
Those days have come and gone.
Perhaps not.
He's so old, you guys.
Have my axe.
I don't believe in magic. But a few times in my life, I've seen things. Things I can't explain. And I've come to believe it's not so much what you believe. It's how hard you believe it.
Sorry, I just do not believe that's him on a horse.
Who is this man?
I'm her godfather.
Related.
Still got it.
Get back.
Oh.
Get out of my house, David Blaine.
By the way, that scene was lifted from a recent night at Chuckarama when he.
Get back.
So I'm excited about Phoebe Waller-Bridge because she's
Yes.
amazing. She's
Yeah,
a
she's
great
Love her and
actress,
everything.
great
Fleabag.
writer.
So good.
She's so good, fantastic. So
Yeah, I just I don't believe that's him on the horse, and two, do you think Disney was like, we gotta expedite a new Indiana Jones, maybe to remind
100%.
people that Nazis are bad?
Oh,
Because
no, I thought you meant to make money before he dies, because yes, that's the one.
No. They don't care about that. I'm wondering if they're like, people are thinking Nazis are okay again, and we gotta like nip that in the bud.
I mean, maybe we do need a reminder because I'll tell you, during the '80s, when the white supremacists were rising up, they weren't. Yeah, there were neo-Nazis, but they were trying to come up with other cooler, hipper sounding names.
That's what I was going to say. Like, the people that are that way now don't call themselves Nazis, and they'll say they're not Nazis.
No, they call themselves
And
Kanye
so-
West. But I'm
Heyo, got him. So yeah, you have to draw your own conclusions when you're looking at these people and be like, wait a minute, draw the line there. That's a Nazi.
But yeah, we do need occasional reminders in our popular mass media that Nazis are bad. Okay, but
Nazis are bad. Okay.
but the question is the generation it's like the 20-somethings? Is Indiana Jones even relevant?
I think so. I mean,
think?
they're putting money as well into a new Indiana Jones video game made by Machine Games and published by Bethesda. So Machine Games are the ones that have made the most recent Wolfenstein games, which have been fantastic. So more Nazi killing, right up their alley.
Right.
So I'm excited for that. I mean, they
Just swap
obviously
out the antagonist.
yeah, right. No more BJ
protagonist.
Blazkowicz.
Yeah.
We're gonna put in good old Junior Jones.
Junior Jones. So, other issue being that Sala is a little bit of a problematic casting choice, but what do? Do you recast Sala 40 years later?
I'm sure he's only there for like 5 minutes.
He's probably
Yeah.
just at the
Yeah. It's good to see Gimli getting work, though. So,
isn't it though?
yeah.
Well, did you notice it? That what feller with the blonde mustache? He's that guy what played the Corinthian on Sandman.
Okay. He's fun and creepy.
Oh, he can be very creepy.
So, okay. Set 1969, the year I was born. So
Nice.
Yeah, really exciting. So I wonder how Indy felt about the moon landing. I hope they just show him going.
I thought for a second that was the moon, one of
He
the
looks at the
re-entry
moon.
capsules on
looks at
his
the moon.
overhead projector, but it looked like a
And-
base actually.
He looks at the moon. It belongs in a museum.
Classic Indiana
All right.
Jones.
So I mean, the pedigree behind this movie looks good. You've got Mangold, who's fantastic. He's made some amazing movies. Like made the only Wolverine movie that I really cared about. So, it's what we had 3, right?
There was 3, and he made 2 of them.
He made 2 of them, and I like the second one.
The second one was good, but the third one is masterpiece class,
Yeah,
if you ask me.
Yeah. Well, and the unrated, uncensored version of the second one is actually a masterpiece too, because there's a bit with a Zamboni and 100 ninjas that you just have to see to believe.
You still riding that joke, huh? It's been a few years since you whipped that one out.
It's not a joke, Tony. There is a scene with a Zamboni and 100 ninjas that has to be seen to be believed.
I'm going to check it out.
You should.
The writers, they're the Butterworth brothers.
Butterworth, eh?
I like the old
They
Butterworth brothers.
did Edge of Tomorrow.
That's a good movie.
Too, yeah.
They also did Ford v Ferrari, Black Mass. If you've seen Black Mass,
I've heard good things about that one. I haven't seen it though.
yeah.
Okay, so I mean, it's got good people behind it, and the de-aging technology. What little they showed of it, I thought those were stills from other movies.
It looked good.
They looked good. I'm being reserved because
Yeah.
I'm sure they put a lot of money into the trailer, right?
As the
Who knows
resident-
what the rest of the movie looks like?
As the resident video game graphics whore, I will tell you when it's done if it was better or not. Because
It's going to come down to the voice for me.
Oh, voice can be a huge factor because
Yeah.
who wants to hear old man Indiana Jones with young man Indiana Jones's face?
For me, it's going to come down to body movement. And I know I
That
talked
too.
about this on the podcast, but like Samuel L. Jackson and Captain Marvel looked great, still moved like he was 70.
Well, if they're smart, what they did was they used someone else for the motion capture of the body.
Like they
And
did with
then-
Luke in Mandalorian.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because young Indiana Jones isn't puffy.
No.
Exactly. Nor does he kind of move like this when he walks in a line.
Wobbles around, shuffles.
Doesn't move like he survived a couple near miss crashes.
Yeah, he can lift his knee up higher than 45 degrees.
Yeah. No, hopefully they'll map them because they were showing the behind the scenes on the Book of Boba Fett, the body mapping they did of Luke, and it was really, really good. And kind of wild, like they shot all the scenes with Luke first, and then they had the double stand in, and then they did the face mapping over it, and like they've got the technology.
So interesting because that's also Lucasfilm, and like you don't really
Yeah.
think about Lucasfilm also doing Indiana Jones.
Right.
Like if I think of Lucasfilm, I'm thinking purely Star Wars.
Wars.
But they've been working on it, I guess, huh?
Well, their first foray into computer graphics was the Genesis device for Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan. Like they did all of the Star Trek movies back in the late 70s, early 80s. They've always looked at, like I look at the prequel movies as more Lucas doing a proof of concept for motion capture than anything else.
And green screen.
And it's like we look at it and go, okay, well, those movies, obviously very politically motivated story. He's telling a different story than I think a lot of us were prepared for. But really what it was is a proof of concept. And it seems like a lot of what they did with the de-aging, even the last Endgame movie, the Michael Douglas looked good, but he sounded old still. So, but now you've got
sounds old.
Yeah, but now you've got, like, in Book of Boba Fett, Luke sounded like Luke, and that was a trip. Like, digitally extrapolating the voice, because, Mark Hamill doesn't sound like that anymore. So, you don't. Your vocal cords stretch, and things get a little deeper. So, anyway, I'll see it. I don't know if it's a theater review for me, but I'm old. I don't leave the house.
I'm going to see it in the theater, I think, just because it looks like one of those movies that has a lot of big, dramatic, set pieces and stuff that's going to look really cool with the big screen and the big sound and everything.
Yeah, I'll probably see it in the theater only because I just got the Regal Unlimited. So
I thought you were jumping on the Movie Pass bandwagon again.
well, where is it? Is it in my hands right
Exactly.
now? I can
No,
have Regal Unlimited right now. Regal Unlimited. How I want you guys to know. Sean Means did this research a couple of years ago, and it's the best deal of the movie theaters, like the movie theater packages, because you can see it's truly unlimited. Like you can see as many movies as you want. And
Really?
there's like as long as they don't overlap and you can't see the same movie twice in a day, I think. Like
What's it
you
cost
can-
a month?
I bought it on Black welcome to trailer reaction talk. I got it on Black Friday and it was $50 off and I just paid for the whole year. So it was like $190 for the year. So as long
But
as
if you
I
see enough movies.
You see
I see
19 movies. Anything
if I
after
see-
19, you're in the money.
at least 2 movies a month,
Yeah.
then I
Awesome.
get my money back. Yeah.
We'll have
Anyway.
to look into that. All right. So make sure if you have ideas, questions, comments, leave them in the comments. We'd like to engage with you about this. And we're looking forward to Indiana Jones and the Rotary Dial Pump of Revenge coming to theaters sometime in the future, we hope. And that's been Rebecca, that's been Tony, and I'm Lee. Thank you so much for tuning in to Geek Show React Club Time Place.
Trailer.
Trailer.
Goodbye.
Trailers.
See ya.
Fighting.